Welcome to the deep dive. Look, if you've been feeling maybe a bit scattered lately, maybe overwhelmed by financial worries, or your career feels stuck, or just that feeling that the systems around you are just too big, then you are definitely ready for this deep dive. We're getting into the prophet Zechariah, specifically chapter 1, these night visions. Our listener came to us feeling kind of crushed by today's reality, needing some clarity on God's promise of restoration.
And that's exactly our mission here. We're looking at this revelation given late in the year, so the 24th day, 11th month, Shabbat.
Okay.
You don't need to memorize the date, but just know Shabbat. That's deep winter. It's quiet, a time of waiting.
Right.
And the people, they were back in Jerusalem after exile. Yeah, but they were really discouraged. I mean, this amazing future they were promised. It felt like a bad joke with high Persian taxes, political pressure, just uncertainty.
So that's the core problem, right? This huge gap between what they expected, this like instant glorious freedom, and the reality on the ground.
Exactly. And the sources we looked at highlight something really powerful, kind of counterintuitive. What's God's answer to all this misery?
Okay, what is it? Well, what's fascinating is God sort of bypasses that future tension. He doesn't just say, okay, I will return someday. He states it as a present fact. Verse 16, I have returned to Jerusalem with mercy. Have returned. Present tense.
Present tense. The restoration, the sources argue it's already started, even if the literal building materials aren't quite there yet. The decision is made. The presence is back.
Okay. Let's unpack that then. This active presence. Zechariah's first vision, the world patrol. There's a figure on a red horse among myrtle trees. Yeah,
myrtles are key. Symbolized in peace, return. And then these other horses, different colors, are sent out to survey the whole earth.
Right, the patrol. And they come back with a report, and the report is honestly unsettling. For the prophet, anyway. They say, all the earth remains at rest. Everything's stable, quiet, peaceful, seems like.
And that report, it makes the angel of the Lord ask, basically, hey, where's the mercy? It's been 70 years of punishment. What gives?
Wait, hang on. Isn't at rest a good thing? Like peace and quiet? Isn't that what everyone wants? Why is global stability suddenly bad news here?
Well, because whose stability was it? It belonged to the oppressors, the nations holding power over Jerusalem.
Ah, okay.
So God immediately declares he is exceedingly jealous for Jerusalem and, crucially, exceedingly angry with the nations that are at ease.
Angry because they're comfortable.
Exactly. He's furious at their complacency. They felt way too comfortable continuing to sideline Judah, even if the World Patrol just saw, surface level quiet. It shows God is absolutely aware, involved, even if the headlines read, all calm.
That tension. God secretly furious while the world looks calm. Okay, that leads right into the next part, the plan for defense, the second vision. 4 horns, then the solution, 4 craftsmen.
Right, and horns, back then, they were universal symbols. Power, conquest, think unchallenged military might, economic dominance, the kind of stuff that scattered and oppressed Judah.
So these horns, they represent real systemic obstacles that people were facing.
Absolutely, the institutions, the powers that be.
So if those were the horns then, what are the horns scattering our peace today? Is it like crushing debt, feeling stuck in a job market that feels impossible?
Could be, yeah, absolutely. And the promise is right there in the craftsmen who show up.
The craftsmen.
They appear specifically to, quote, terrify them, to cast down the horns of the nations. And isn't it interesting? The divine defense isn't like a warrior angel with a flaming sword.
No, it's workers, professionals. Yeah, skilled laborers.
Yes.
It gives this really specific promise. Whatever obstacle, political, economic, systemic, that feels like it's scattering your life, God has already sent out a specialized counterforce, the craftsmen, to take that problem apart piece by piece. Okay, so bringing it all together for us today, we go back to that anchor verse, verse 16. God says, his house shall be built and the measuring line shall be stretched out over Jerusalem.
And that measuring line, it's not just about, drawing up blueprints for the temple. It's staking a claim.
Right. Ownership.
Exactly. Precision, ownership, order, replacing the chaos. God is saying, I'm taking this back, the detailed planning, it's already happening.
So the application is, it's simple but pretty profound. God's promise is, for now, I have returned.
Yes. So even when your life, modern life, feels totally stuck, ground to a halt, God is already here, already working, restoring, rebuilding. And the sources really hammer this point. Fear is the biggest thing holding us back from trusting that. It is.
We're called to live boldly, trusting that the defense, the craftsmen, are already dispatched and that measuring line is already stretched out.
Precisely. God's presence right now guarantees a hopeful future. It doesn't matter how bleak things look around you.
So, final thought then.
Yeah, we saw a world that the patrols called at rest, quiet. But the text insists God was simultaneously exceedingly angry at those nations that got too comfortable in that quiet.
Okay, so the challenge maybe for you today is this. When things seem quiet or maybe just stuck in your own world, are you trusting that God is quietly sending out the craftsmen to dismantle the horns in your life? Or are you maybe just settling for the world's version of temporary calm? Something to think about.